Hey, it's Rachel and welcome to my channel. So this is my first video of 2024. I've been busy with work and enjoying my birthday month by not filming, to be fair. I was watching a lot of TV, catching up on movies, reading books, and playing video games. So, I've been busy with other things. And to be honest, I've also been a little uninspired. I was looking at all these other content creators and what they've been doing in the month of January, which has been a lot of like looking back at 2023, but also looking forward and what they're bringing into 2024. And I thought that I wasn't going to have any sort of related content. But then I watched a video that Jamie Page of Jamie Page Beauty and Jamie Page Doodles put out on her 2024 must-haves. And the way that she filmed that video was great. She just really cut to different scenes and showed products either in action or just had various angles that made the video feel more dynamic. And so I thought that, okay, I will also discuss the things that I have brought into my life in 2023 that I'm bringing into 2024 and hopefully for the years to come in the same style. So thanks, Jamie Page. And if you don't follow her, you should. So if you're interested in any of the random things that I got in 2023 that I'd love to share with you and hope that it would be useful to you in 2024, stick around. We're talking home, beauty, fashion, tech. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's talk home. And I want to begin with talking about side tables. Now, this might not be very interesting. However, they were a very useful purchase for me in 2023. And that's because my original side table, which I purchased in Urban Outfitters, was beautiful. It had a gorgeous mirror top and then these like brass legs, but it was also absolutely not functional. You could put a few things on it, and there was a lower shelf on it as well that you could just, throw things in. But in terms of storage, it wasn't the one. And so when that one broke, I decided, okay, it's time to do normal things and buy a normal side table. I have one on my side, one on my husband's side. It comes with two drawers that allow for that amazing storage capacity that I'd been wanting. And this little slit here where you can do more storage, but I use for presentation aesthetic purposes. I display my Vogue Philippines magazines and also this book by Gia Tolentino, Trick Mirror. Check it out. I put it in my first video and recommended that. On top of the side table, I display my perfumes, which I love. I've got my Dior, YSL, Maison Margiela replica, and Hermes, which actually probably needs to be retired because we're at the end. I also have a candle here, and I have this pretty little kind of container that is in the ancient Greek style. I got this at Anthropology, and the little open head just stores my Hermes lotion that I got from a friend. She got it at a flea market for $1. And a little perfume balm, I would say, that you can add to your scent profile. This is in the tuberose. My friend got this for me. It's very pretty. I love tuberose. And then I also have my Kindle and my sleep mask, a silk sleep mask that I purchased on Amazon. So yeah, that's the side table. I also want to mention that with the side tables, we got the matching 6-drawer dresser unit. Previous to this, we had a hand-me-down from my husband's family that really could only contain my husband's clothes. And now, with 6 drawers, he can have his side and I can have mine. Now, when we were refreshing the bedroom, I decided to finally get real lamps for ourselves. Previously, when I had my Urban Outfitters table, it was so tiny that it couldn't hold its own lamp. And so I had a standing lamp that was vintage, purchased in a little market in Pennsylvania. But that one also, I think, broke. And so instead of repairing it, instead of fixing it, we decided to just donate it and invest in actual lamps. So I did some research on Amazon. I wanted something that had kind of clean lines. These side tables and the dresser are a little more on the pure mid-century modern vibe, and so I wanted something that had some modernity to it as well, and decided to get this lamp right here. There's one on my side and there's one on my husband's side. It turns on with simply a press of the button, and it has multiple lighting degrees. So it can be as dim as this setting and just goes up about, I would say, quite a lot actually. I thought there was maybe just like 3 main settings, but it gets pretty bright and it gets pretty dim, which is wonderful for my husband who likes low lighting. Simply to turn off, you just press the button for a bit and it turns off. And the lamp itself comes with an outlet and 2 USB ports. So I plug in my Apple Watch cable and charge here. I don't actually plug in my phone charger because it's a USB-C cable with having the iPhone 15 Pro, and so I just use the extra outlet there to plug and charge my phone overnight. So yeah, another great 2023 buy that I purchased on Amazon and I know will get me through this next year and years to come, so long as it keeps working. So yeah. Okay, so this might be a weird favorite, but I really love this air conditioning unit. Last year, ours broke. It was just blowing hot air in the end of summer, and we needed to replace it immediately. I did some research and found that this Medea air conditioning unit is actually highly reviewed, and so we purchased it, and I have no regrets. A few things. There is a connect button that allows you to connect with your smartphone, so you can start cooling right before you get home, or if you forget to turn off your air conditioning unit, you can just do it on your phone. There's a timer. You can put it on sleep mode. There's also this eco function that I think helps for sustainability and kind of turns it on and off, and rather than just like running the air conditioning for hours at a time. It has obviously the cooling function, but it also, I think, might be able to heat. And it is especially interesting because you can use this as a humidifier and in what it's called a dry mode. So yeah, you can stay hydrated in those very dry winter months. We use it on fan mode when it's not hot. We are a little odd. We do like having our air conditioning on all night long because we like the white noise that it emits. But here's the thing. This is the reason why the Medea is highly rated. It is incredibly quiet. So when we got this, the white noise was so minimal, it actually kind of bothered us. You could still hear noise outside. We've gotten used to it. There is enough of a hum that it soothes us to sleep. But yeah, I think this is a great purchase. So if you don't have central air, central heating, and need something to pop into your window, go with this. Now, another silly but useful favorite of mine from 2023 is this cordless vacuum. This is the Shark vacuum. I got it at Costco last year. It is excessive because I have a Dyson cordless vacuum that can pull apart and you can use in that kind of cordless handheld way, but it is so much lighter. It's a lot more streamlined. The portability is far and beyond the Dyson one, and I can run out to my husband's car and do a quick clean if I need to, and also just around the house. I use this all the time. It's especially great for pet hair and little nooks and crannies around my house that our vacuum just can't get into. And it's very simple to use. It has a port that you just plug into and just charge. It has a little button here that you press and it pops out this section and you can just empty out the debris that you collect. So yeah, a cordless portable vacuum. Bring it into 2024 and beyond. Okay, let's talk tech. Now, I want to acknowledge that I bought a new camera last fall. It is the Sony ZV-1 Mark II. I watched all these reviews and people were talking about how great this camera is, but I have found it to be fairly underwhelming. While the quality of the picture and video is nice, I will say that it just performs so poorly in low lighting that I can't justify it being any better than my Canon G7X original. I guess that's the Mark I. except for the fact that that camera didn't have an audio port, which I can now use with my Sony ZV-1 Mark II and hook up microphones. See? So yeah, I don't know if I would recommend the Sony ZV-1 Mark II, especially also because the battery life is horrific. You can only really film for about 30 minutes. In order to get around this, I did learn about something called a dummy battery. I am very late to the game on this, did not know these things existed. But for talking head videos, when you're just sitting and filming and talking to the camera for, I don't know, hours at a time. I have multiple takes. It takes me hours to film. This has been a lifesaver. Essentially, you just plug this section, which mimics the battery, into the battery slot, and then the other end is a USB port that you can plug into a brick and then into an outlet in your wall. So yeah, it provides multiple hours of filming so long as you have, the storage and memory on your SD card. So anyways, I would recommend that if you like to film on a camera, on a regular camera, then try to see if they've got a dummy battery for your talking head videos. They should have them for multiple brands, multiple devices. Yeah, best buy in 2023 when it came to accessories for my Sony ZV-1 Mark II. Now, at the start of this video, I mentioned that I have been reading a lot, and reading with me is very feast or famine, but I am in feast mode, which has been made possible because I purchased the Kindle Paperwhite. I got this right before we went on our honeymoon last summer, and I just expected to be able to do some relaxation by the pool, by the beach, but would want something to occupy my mind, and it worked out perfectly. I've been really enjoying just using the Paperwhite anywhere, at any time on my commutes into the city when I have to go into work, or at night when I'm just hanging out in bed, not ready to go to sleep. My husband, who has to sleep earlier than me, always asks me to put it on dark mode, which is great because in dark mode, it's very unobtrusive for him and he can just, continue to dream away. Now, I know buying physical copies of books is a thing and people love it, and I love real books as well. The tangibility of books can't be beat. However, I don't really have the space to collect books, and I also don't really want to spend that much money on purchasing books. So, in order to get around that, I have the Libby app, which allows me to connect it to my library card, and I use my local public library to download various books, whether it is nonfiction, fiction, and there are other reading materials, I believe, like magazines that are available as well. So, in addition to my recommendation of the Kindle, I would also say that you should get the Libby app and get a library card. Do I recommend that you get the AirPod Max? Well, no, absolutely not. The price point is incredibly ridiculous. However, if you have some money to burn or if someone in your life wants to treat you to them, then yeah, go for it. They're beautiful and they're high quality. However, if you have them, I would recommend getting protective coverings for them. These are purchased on Amazon. I got them last year as soon as I got these headphones because I knew that if I used them at the gym or just in daily use, I would be getting them dirty. I wear makeup. I already got makeup on the speaker section, and sometimes I do like to use them while working out, especially when I want to dance and just be engulfed in the music. So these are great because the ones that I purchased have a clear case, and so you get to see that beautiful metallic finish on that outer casing of the AirPods themselves. And this matching silicone section protects from dirt, debris, and sweat. So yeah, another favorite purchase in terms of protecting a not so favorite purchase, but I have them, so I'm dealing with it. This is my PlayStation Portal, aka the PS Portal. I got it when it was released. I did a video on unboxing it and first impressions. Now, when I first played with it, it was kind of underwhelming. I was having difficulty with my internet connection, and if you don't have a strong internet connection, then the gameplay really hangs up and takes forever to load at times. Things might have changed over the last couple of months. I played this all weekend long and had no problems whatsoever. I am playing Cyberpunk right now. I'm back into it, and that is a video game with, heavy graphics and a lot to do and no problems whatsoever. The caveat to this is that in order to have a PlayStation Portal, you do need the PlayStation 5, which can add to the price point. And again, you will also need a very stable, strong internet connection. If you have those things, then you can play anywhere in your house, or you can go outside and play it at, say, a cafe or someone else's home if they have a strong internet connection. But it has lived up to exactly what I wanted. I've been able to play this wherever and whenever in my home. And yeah, if you can't afford a PlayStation 5 right now, or just don't want to invest in the PS Portal, then I would say you should really check out the Nintendo Switch or the Steam Deck OLED. I don't have the Steam Deck, but from what I gather based on all these gamer reviews, they love it. And to be fair, I would buy it if I didn't already have this and the Switch. Let's talk beauty, and I want to start off with a random item that I got because I was doom scrolling on Instagram one morning and found this personal shopper who was, I don't know, giving a list of various suggestions of great purchases that she had bought, and one of them was an electronic foot file. Now, I have chronic callous feet. I've been dealing with this since my early 20s, and no, I will not be demonstrating this because foot content is paid content. But yeah, I purchased it immediately, got it, and tried it out. Was kind of underwhelmed until I followed the instructions, took a shower, had my feet all moisturized and a little bit more hydrated, then went at it with this thing, put foot cream right after, put my little socks on, and the next morning, beautiful, supple, and soft feet. I will say that you do need some time to get at it if you have, depending on the level of, callousness that you have on your feet. But what's nice about it is that it comes with 3 different attachments, varying coarseness. It also comes with a little brush to brush away the dust, and also a charging cable that's very special and only works with this device that you then plug into a brick and then into an outlet. But yeah, it's a great buy, and I would thank that personal shopper if I could remember who she is. Anyways, yeah, an influenced item that worked out. So in 2023, I decided to purchase an ice roller, and I love it. It is a wonderful little device that helps cool down your face, especially in those hot summer months. It depuffs, and I think as it pulls your face more taut and preventing a little bit of that aging skin from sagging, it also helps with creating definition for a round face like mine. I do need to do it more often. I don't do this daily because I simply just run out of time in the mornings, but I really love it and I would absolutely recommend it. In order to use it, this is one that I purchased on Amazon. I simply take out this little stone thing and make sure it's clean by washing it with facial cleanser. Then I stick it into a Ziploc bag and put it into the freezer, have it freeze overnight, and then it's ready to go the next morning. You'll see that other influencers purchase the skinny confidential version, which is like $50. And I think that's way too expensive for something that can do the same thing at a cheaper price point. So yeah, I'll put this one in my description below so that you can see the one that I purchased from Amazon. Okay, one last beauty item. So I was watching this influencer and she happened to mention that she got this retainer cleaner thing, which I didn't know even existed. I have been washing my retainers every night. I've been brushing them with toothpaste at least. I know that's not the best way to maintain them, but in my mind, they still clean them, and had no idea that there was a way to get rid of the buildup by purchasing this item right here. Now, it's a container that you put your retainers in. I have Invisalign retainers after having Invisalign a few years ago. And there's this little basket here. You set it inside, put warm water in, and then the package comes with these enzyme tablets that you drop in, set it for, I want to say 30 minutes, but I usually set it for the whole day because there's quite a lot of buildup after all these years. And then you just rinse it and pop them back in and, you know, go to bed. I just really enjoy that product. I think that is a very much needed product, especially if you have retainers. They might work with things like dentures. I don't know. Don't read packaging, read instructions. But yeah, so get one of these things. Okay, finally, fashion. Now, I had some pretty good purchases that I made in 2023. I was pretty good about not buying just trash all year long and spending money on things that were of better quality, if not high quality. And if I decided not to keep them, fetch a pretty penny on the secondary market. I might not make all my money back, but at least there would be, you know, some demand for something secondhand. All that being said, I'm trying to tell you that these few things that I'm about to share are luxury items. And yes, I did get highly involved in the world of luxury YouTube in terms of, you know, being an avid viewer and convincing myself that I had also that same amount of money or that I had somehow, you know, benefited from generational wealth. Neither of those are true. I just had a little bit of cash that I had accumulated post-pandemic because I hadn't been traveling so much. And so some of it could be, you know, assigned to disposable income. In any event, our honeymoon got waylaid a bit because the Catania airport in Sicily caught on fire. And so we had an unexpected stay in Rome for less than 24 hours. And I had been eyeing this bag at Celine for over a year. So with this little opportunity that I had in this limited amount of time, I went to the Celine store just to look and ended up purchasing the Celine Triomphe. This is the classic Triomphe. It's a medium and it is in this shiny calfskin. I think this is a beautiful classic piece. It is a crossbody bag that has an adjustment and has, you know, these clean lines in the rectangular shape. I think that this shape is incredibly classic and can last for many, many years, if not forever. And it just has this simple embellishment of the Triomphe logo right at the front in gold. The inside has multiple compartments, so, you know, it's practical. And I feel like this can be worn casually, but also can do that whole day to night thing, you know, perfect for a date night, maybe to different events like bridal showers, baby showers, birthday parties. It's just, you know, a nice, fancier treat for yourself to add a little sophistication to your outfit, let's say. I do love it. It is very expensive in the US, so that's what also prevented me from just doing it and splurging here. The savings in Italy, I feel like were a couple $100s, more than a couple, maybe like, I want to say 400 to 500. And that was good enough for me, girl math. And yeah, it's just a beautiful purse that I really love. And if you were to deep dive into luxury, I think, you know, going with something similar, very classic style, is the right way to go because this will last you for a while. I will say that this bag has been trendy. There were a lot of influencers who were rocking this bag, you know, I want to say a year ago, but I think that it can really last the test of time. And, you know, the nice thing about Celine too is that it is not as overblown as, say, Louis Vuitton or even Chanel, and it is a less noticeable item out on the street. In terms of trends, I did also happen to wander into the Prada store in Sicily and found myself really loving the way that this purse looked. And it is the Prada 2005 re-edition. It is in a nylon fabric and it comes with a crossbody strap, which I have in this little pouch here, and also this little chain, which you can use as a shoulder bag. The other thing about this bag is that I know it's fairly trendy, that all these like girlies had it, from Gen Z to young millennials. but I'm an elder millennial verging on the Gen X spectrum. Is that right? Is that how you say it? And I lived through the initial launch of this thing in the late 90s, early 2000s, when all my girlfriends were buying this. And I was like, we're students. What are you doing? We don't have this money. I kind of also purchased this out of the nostalgia for that time because I can now afford it. But most importantly, it is just such a functional bag. I love how casual it is. Having that silver hardware on the black really makes it perfect for just, day-to-day use. And I can stuff quite a number of items in here because of the pliability of the fabric. And also, yeah, it is just so portable and easy to throw on. Don't have to think about it. That I think that this is a wonderful buy. Now, I will say in terms of dupes for these two bags, okay? There is a bag by Demelier and another bag, I think, by APC that have similar shapes to this one. And much lower price point, I think more in the like $300 to $500 range, which, yes, I know is still fairly expensive, but you're saving yourself thousands instead of getting this one. You can also find, I think, a similar bag in that style at Tizan right now. And in terms of a dupe for this one, I mean, if you don't know about the Uniqlo like half moon, crescent moon bag, then I don't know where you've been, but that is an adorable, cute bag. I bought it for my mom, and whenever I go to California, I throw it on, I use it. Okay, so my other luxury item that I purchased in 2023 that I do not regret and I love, and I think I'm gonna wear this for years to come, despite all the people, talking and talking, trying to say that this style is out, blah, blah, blah. It's ugly. You're ugly. I don't care. Shut up. But I got the Chanel dad sandals. Now, I'm probably 2 to 3 years late to this trend. I think it's been petering out since like the end of 2021. However, I love Birkenstocks. And so I just thought, I'll have my Birkenstocks and I'll have a little like upgrade once in a while for some dressiness. These are the Chanel dad sandals in the grained leather, in the caviar leather, with the hardware in kind of like a more champagne gold. So it's got more versatility to it if you wear a lot more silver pieces. They're incredibly comfortable. I think I sized up by a half size for these, even though normally for the dad sandals, I think I can normally fit a 38, which is my regular size, my regular foot size. I do know that you're supposed to size up by half a size at least with Chanel, but the dad sandals, I thought I would have been fine with a 38. But they happen to only have a 38 and a half. In fact, fun story, fun fact, I was talking to my girl, Aisha, who is my brow tech, and who loves Chanel, like way more so than I do, is a VIP client. She would, and I had been talking about this and how I really wanted it, and she was going to hook me up with one of her sales associates. After I left her studio in Soho, I just wandered into Chanel, asked if they happen to have these, because these are just classics, and usually they carry a lot of like seasonal dad sandals, and the classics sell out. But turned out they had one pair, and the pair was in a 38.5, and they fit nicely, so I grabbed them. One thing that I would say is that I should have resold them. We live close to Rago Brothers, which is very similar to Leather Surgeons. And if you know any of those two, you know that they're like go-to cobblers for certain luxury brands, especially Chanel. So yeah, I would add soles to these. They just are a little too slippery if you're gonna use them in any locale that has cobblestone or smoother streets. So yeah, they weren't exactly the most useful shoes when I was in Europe this summer because of the cobblestone, but I'm gonna get them resold and they'll be much more functional then. So back to whether I care if this trend is dead. Okay, now this is very real quick aside. All of these things have been trendy at some point. If you love them and you go into a store knowing that you will wear them for multiple times and just find joy in them for a significant period of time, then I think, why not? Just splurge on yourself. And that can be from something that you find at H&M to something as expensive as Hermes, for example. So yeah, I will also add as another aside is that the nice thing about also putting money into luxury goods is because of that resale value. You know, if you make a mistake, if you do ever regret purchases like this, which I'm going to put this down because I'm never going to regret this, just resell it. Resell it yourself. Go on Poshmark, Mercari, sell it to a consignment store, or try RealReal. You know, there's so many amazing options, and then we can keep all these products circulating through the economy and allowing other people to find joy in them without having to purchase new items and impacting the environment. In 2022, I got vision correction surgery, not LASIK, it's PRK, the other one. It has a little bit of a longer recovery time. In any event, it was life-changing and I do not regret it at all. However, I don't need contacts or glasses. And sometimes I miss the eyeglass look, you know? You look a little smart, you look a little professional, like you've got things to do. And so I went onto Amazon and looked for some cool eyeglasses that would serve two functions: fashion, but also protecting my eyes from, say, blue light. Although experts debate the merits of protecting your eyes from blue light may or may not actually have any impact. So whatever, consider that as you will. In any event, I got these on Amazon last year because I really like that kind of 80s, 70s retro look. They give some added style to an outfit, but they also look cute, especially when I'm working. And hopefully they protect my eyes from some sort of damaging blue light that causes eye strain and would, you know, ramp up the time it'll take for me to actually have to return to glasses via reading glasses. So yeah, these are my glasses and I love them. They're cute. And one last thing, because I totally forgot to mention this during the actual filming of this video, but I just took my trampoline class, which I started in 2023 as well, and I really love it. It's a cardio tramp class, and yeah, essentially what you might think, dancing on a trampoline with some mixes of weights and body strength training. Yeah. Okay, I'm bringing that into 2024 and we'll continue it so long as my body allows it. Okay, that's it. I think I've shared everything I got in 2023 that I'm excited to continue to use and to wear into 2024 and many, many years beyond. If you like it here, please like, subscribe, comment, follow, engage, do the things. I am on Instagram if you want to follow me there as well. And I look forward to a whole year trying to keep doing this YouTube thing. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.